So folks, I want to make an announcement here for a programming shift. Those of you who are watching this on YouTube, Facebook, it really won't change anything for you. You'll continue to get all of my content, the answers to public speaking questions, commentaries on the news as it relates to public speaking crisis communication, as well as interviews with communication experts. That will stay the same on Facebook. What I am doing a little different for those of you listening on iTunes is I'm splitting apart what I'm doing into a couple of channels. The new format for my Speaking with TJ Walker show is going to be a very, very in-depth interview program, typically with communication experts, but also leaders in other areas of life, business, academia, the sports world, on how they communicate. That show is just going to be one of those shows per day, Monday through Friday, long format shows, 60 to 90 minutes long. Think of it this way, what Tim Ferriss does with his in-depth discussions with high performance leaders and individuals on everything they do and how they perform, I'm going to be dissecting just in a narrower niche of what they do when they communicate. So that's what you're going to get if you continue to subscribe to Speaking with TJ Walker on iTunes and other podcast platforms. Meanwhile, all the other stuff I do, answering questions about public relations, answering questions about media issues, analyzing prominent politicians and business leaders in the news when they give speeches, what I do for the national political conventions, election night stuff. All of that, for those of you who like to listen in audio on iTunes, is going to shift over to one of my other iTunes channels. That show is just very simply named Communication Tips with TJ Walker. Search for it on iTunes. If you can't find it, just come to MediaTrainingWorldwide.com and I will have links for it there. That is going to be just as news flows. So there may be a day when I do 7 short audios. There may be a 4-day stretch where there's nothing. So that is going to be dependent, frankly, on how many questions you send me. I try to actually answer questions from clients and listeners and viewers like you same day if I'm not busy traveling. If there's something in the news or a major speech, a president, a candidate, I'll analyze that same day, and you can listen to it on iTunes on this new channel, Communication Tips from TJ Walker. You, of course, can subscribe to both, but I know a lot of you do like the instant analysis of what's going on in the news. If you just continue your subscription on iTunes to Speaking with TJ Walker, you're going to miss all that. So I'd ask you to take a moment to switch over or go into iTunes and search for Communication Tips with TJ Walker. Sign up for that. And also, while you're there, frankly, you'd help me out a lot if you could give a rating to Speaking with TJ Walker. That's the one you've been listening to for a while. And then try out the new channel and rate that as well. That would be helpful. One other programming note, and I apologize if this seems a little confusing or not helpful to you. But the way I syndicate my audio content, it automatically feeds it onto my YouTube channel. So if you are watching, if you are a regular viewer on YouTube and you actually want to see me demonstrate this, here's a tip. If you see the logo of my show, Speaking with TJ Walker, as the thumbnail, that means it's just going to be the audio. So don't waste your time clicking on that, because the very same title, the very same subject, you are likely to see in a video format, with the exception of the long form 60 to 90-minute interviews. Those are not being done on video. And the reason why is I've just found there are too many great guests in the world who are happy to do Skype audio, but once you tell them they've got to have video, they're worrying about lights and setup, the bandwidth issues. It's just a lot harder to do, and the sound quality isn't as good either. So that's why I'm now differentiating and doing a pure audio podcast, which will be available on the YouTube channel, but is audio only. You won't see any video of me or the guests. So I hope that's helpful. Again, I'm trying to make content as accessible to you in its many different formats as possible to make it easier for you. If you have any suggestions on what you want or that's different from this, let me know. I'm happy to hear from you. You can post comments here on YouTube, on iTunes, on my blog at MediaTrainingWorldwide.com, on the Facebook page at TJ Walker Interactive, or you can email me, TJ@MediaTrainingWorldwide.com. Or if you really want to get crazy and old-fashioned, you can actually pick up the phone and just call me at 212-764-4955. By the way, I'm interested in your suggestion on guests, not just communications experts, but people you admire, respect in any field who you think are great communicators, because we are booking guests for the new format show right now. Thanks.